I remember that time very clearly. I was truly happy. Not the loud kind of happiness, not the kind that people post about, but the quiet happiness that settles deep inside your chest. The kind that makes you breathe differently. Our engagement was finally done. The relationship was confirmed, and in my heart, I believed the hardest part of my life was over. But happiness has a strange habit. It invites opinions, and opinions invite judgment. My friends were not happy. Some people around us were not happy either. Even my own family had their doubts. They all said the same thing in different words. You deserve better. They said it like advice, but it felt like a verdict. Yes, she was beautiful. She was educated. She had grace, intelligence, dignity, everything a man could wish for in a partner.
But there was one thing people could not accept. She had been married once before. And I was going to be her second husband. That single fact was heavier than all her virtues combined. People whispered, they warned me, they tried to scare me. But if I am being honest, none of it mattered to me. I was flying, completely flying. I was already decorating our future in my mind. Our home, our mornings, our evenings, our life together. Soon, the wedding date was fixed. And then, we were married. Yes, there were difficulties, more than a few. But despite everything, we became one. Life turned colorful. There was laughter again. There was warmth. Time passed gently. 5 years later, God blessed me with the greatest gift of my life. A child. Suddenly, life had a new purpose, a deeper meaning. I was no longer living just for myself. 2 years after that, when my son was still very small, I began to notice a change. Her behavior shifted, slowly, quietly. I was struggling financially at that time, and money has a cruel way of exposing patience. Arguments started over small things. Every conversation turned into a fight. I tried. God knows I tried. I talked. I listened. I explained. And finally, one day, she said something that pierced straight through my heart. Maybe marrying you was a mistake. Those words did not echo. They sank. For 3 days, I did not speak. I did not argue. I did not protest. I only played with my son. He was just 2 years old. Soft hands, innocent eyes, a smile that could melt pain for a moment. Anyone who has held a child like that knows how pure that love is. Slowly, the bitterness between us grew. The arguments became serious, louder, heavier. Still, I kept trying. I wanted things to return to how they once were, but perhaps her patience had limits. Love blinds you, that is the truth. When you are in love, you do not notice the warnings, but when life hits you with experience, your eyes finally open. Many people go so far in love that they lose sight completely. And then, life struck again. Suddenly, without warning. My mother passed away. A heart attack. Just like that. She was gone. Her death broke me. It broke our entire family. Even after many days, we could not recover. My mother was the one who held the house together. She was the leader of our home. She managed my father. She balanced everyone. After she left, everything collapsed. Arguments began. Every small issue became a battlefield. Yes, some mistakes were mine. Some were my father's. After my mother's death, the house was no longer managed. Eventually, I made a decision to separate. Everyone opposed it. Everyone. But I did not change my mind. At the same time, God was preparing to bless me again. My wife was pregnant. Still, I left the house. I moved into a rented place. I walked away. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was right. All I know is I was trapped. The situation left me no choice. Slowly, everyone distanced themselves from me. My father, my sisters, my brother. One by one, I felt completely alone, as if I had no one in this world except God. Strangely, that loneliness brought one change. My wife softened. She began to value me again. She began to understand. And perhaps she had to, because our marriage had happened by our own choice. Both families had opposed it, but we had chosen each other. And in that silence, in that isolation, I learned something painful yet true. Sometimes love survives not because it is perfect, but because two broken people refuse to let go. Now, as an old man looking back, I do not claim to be innocent. I do not claim to be wise. I only tell my story as it was lived, with love, with mistakes, with loss, and with lessons that came too late. After leaving my home and choosing to live separately, both of us slowly began to understand one painful truth, that in this world, we only had each other. There was no one behind us and no one ahead of us. Just the two of us, holding on. Living in a small flat with one child felt acceptable, but living between constant family fights and bitterness, that was something we could no longer bear. My wife, my life, she was pregnant at that time. 4 months after shifting into that small rented flat, God blessed us again. A baby girl was born. I still remember that moment. I already had a son, and now a daughter too. My heart felt complete. Relatives came to the hospital. They brought gifts, they smiled. For a moment, everything felt normal, even beautiful. But happiness in my life never stayed too long. Just 2 months later, my little daughter fell seriously ill. So ill that I had to get her hospitalized immediately. My condition was terrible. I had no money in my pocket. None. I carried my daughter from one hospital to another, running across the city like a madman, begging with my eyes, explaining my helplessness. But no hospital was ready to understand. My fate was cruel that day, because compassion often costs money, and I had none. Finally, I found a small private hospital, a very small one. But the people there believed me. They admitted my daughter in emergency. My daughter's life was saved. She was only 2 months old. She had asthma. I left my wife beside my daughter. I left my son there as well. And I walked out, alone, to arrange money. I had no strong job, no backup, no support. I started a small water supply business, and I asked a friend for a loan. I will never take his name, but for me, he was nothing less than a savior. That phase of life was dark, extremely dark, but it passed. My daughter recovered. Slowly, my work started improving, and little by little, life began to heal again. My wife stood by me. She truly stood by me. Even in poverty, she did not leave my side. She loved me more. She respected me more. We started living again in a better emotional space. So much happened, so much broke. But if there was one relationship that never left me, it was my wife. Apart from her, none of my blood relations came. Only my father called once, just to ask about me and my daughter. That was all. My daughter became healthy. My son started going to school. Prosperity slowly entered our home. Every evening when I returned from work, I saw my wife smiling at me. My children would run toward me and hug my legs. That feeling, it was priceless. I had money again. I had children. I had the wife I loved. She loved me deeply too. I had everything. Yet, something was missing. My own people. My blood. Sometimes I still think, what if we all lived together? Maybe time did not allow it, but I could never abandon my father. My mother was no longer alive, but my father was. His shadow alone felt like a blessing, and my wife respected him deeply. Then one day, my father fell ill. When he was taken to the doctor, we found out he had a serious heart condition. That news shattered me. I was the only one responsible for him, and he lived separately. He was hospitalized, and I stayed with him the entire time. He was in critical condition, and my wife, she told me something I will never forget. She said, "Do not leave your father alone." Hearing that, tears filled my eyes. She never once stood against me, not against my father. My father went through angiography. He recovered. He returned home. But once again, my life came back on track. I survived all of this only because my wife stood with me. Every time I look back, I realize one thing very clearly. My love was strong. My love was pure. And maybe that was enough to keep me alive.